What is going down, 49er faithful? Whoo, boy, the calm before the storm. Can you feel it percolating in your bones? San Francisco 49ers will be playing in the NFC Championship game this weekend against the Lions. 4 quarters. 4 quarters away from the big dance. Can't wait. And of course, we have some good news and some updates regarding some very important players. So we're going to get into all that. Of course, it's Prediction Friday. So we're going to go through all our predictions. We got a giveaway for you guys that you can enter in if you want. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff today. Let's go. I want to see you drop an SDS in the chat, and let's get ready to ball. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Whoo, boy, oh boy. Let's go. All right, let's get right into the news, shall we? We're not going to bury the lead. Let's go right into it. Again, we've all been waiting and seeing for official word. Again, we've known the trends. We've kind of seen the trends percolating, but at the end of the day, still got to get the official word. And we got it from Kyle Shanahan today. And it is regarding 49ers Deebo Samuel. He is back and he is ready to go. Oh boy, he's completely off the injury report. So again, this is good news. Now, it was good news the second after we heard that there wasn't going to be any structural damage. That told us everything that we needed to know, right? So no structural damage, no ligament tears, nothing like that. So this was the expected outcome. However, man, it is still great to actually get the official word, and the fact that he's not even on the injury report, no designation, nothing. He is good to go. Man, let's go, baby. Let's go. We're back. And I don't know if you guys got to watch his press conference. I'm sure you have. But, he is vibey. Like, we got pissed off Deebo up there at the podium. I love it. The energy. I talk about it all the time. Like, Deebo Samuel's got some of the best energy on the entire team. Like, you can see it in pregame warmup. You can see when Deebo is turned all the way up. And he was, he was standing on business today in that press conference, man. He's ready. And I think, he talked about it a little bit, missing that game, having to sit out and watch from the sideline and not be able to contribute, not be able to be a part of that. I guarantee you that stirred something up inside of him. Again, competitors, how do competitors react to adverse situations? Well, when you're a competitor and you want to be out on that field and when the lights are shining the brightest and you can't help or do anything, man, we've talked, this has been a theme on our shows, on our videos that we have talked about throughout the week. The finality of that game that every single player, coach, fan, executive felt. The finality of this is it. This is how we go out. This is how our season ends. I love the fact that John Lynch spoke about this. John Lynch said, he went on KNBR, he said, listen, I'm going to be one of your most optimistic guys. I'm going to be a guy who's always going to believe that our team, our guys can pull it out and get it done. And he even said there was a point in that game where that optimism was tested because it was with everyone. And it's not to say you're not a fan. It's not to say that, oh, you're just passive. No, the game flow dictated at one point in that game that we were going down, baby. We were going down. We were going to Cancun on 3. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. That there was one point when Aaron Jones is busting big runs, we're like, oh boy, this is it. And again, the finality, that feeling, that thought process, and then being able to get another shot and then winning it, that was, talk about gut punch, talk about needing a reality check. Not that they needed a reality check, but again, everyone in that building last Saturday thought the game was over. And for them to come out with the win, that is a type of focus shift, a mentality shift of like, man, we know what it feels like now. We know that feeling, and boy, we don't want to feel that again. We do not want to find ourselves staring down the barrel again. So when I look at Deebo Samuel at the podium today, that's what I get. That's the sense that I get. I get the sense of him being not able to contribute, almost losing that game. He gets another opportunity, and now he's going to be able to go. He said he worked his tail off, rehabbing, getting treatment, making sure he could do whatever he could to be ready for this game. And I believe him. And I mean, he was even asked by a reporter, what are you going to do to protect yourself from you? He said, you're a physical runner. You're tough. You go 100% all the time. What are you going to do to protect yourself? Deebo Samuel said, I ain't protecting nothing. He's ready. He's ready, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boy. He is ready. Oh, we got Deebo at the podium. Look like he's ready to go right now. Like, these guys, again, I think that game is going to bode very well for them. I think that heart attack game against the Green Bay Packers, that's going to bode very well for them moving forward. Finding themselves in adverse situations, having a belief, a grit, a fight to be able to go get it done. I mean, listen to it in his voice. Listen to it in his voice.
As you do, but still trying to protect yourself.
I ain't protecting nothing.
Play as physically as you do, but still trying to protect yourself.
I ain't protecting nothing.
Play as physically as you do, but still trying to protect yourself.
I ain't protecting nothing.
He ain't protected nothing. And just in case, what does he mean by he's not protecting nothing? He's coming into town to stand on business. That's what he means. That means there's no worry about tomorrow. There's no worry about the next day. There's no worry about nothing. It's here, it's now, and we're leaving it all out on the field. You see that look in his eye. Like, again, Deebo is one of the vibiest players on the team. What you can tell when he is locked the F in, he's locked in, ladies and gentlemen. He is locked in. I mean, he didn't even let dude finish the sentence, man. He just said,
but still trying to protect yourself.
I ain't protecting nothing.
I ain't protecting. No, look at him. Look off. I ain't protected. That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man right there. Oh, baby. He ain't. And again, if you need some additional kind of, oh, what does he mean by that? That means he is going 150%. There's no holding back. There's no babying his shoulder. There's no worrying about injuries. There's no, oh, I'm going to go 90% just so I don't hurt myself. No, we're going all out. We're leaving it all out on the field. We aren't, and that's what I truly believe. I truly believe that we're going to see a team that is going to leave everything out on that field. There's going to be no stone unturned. They are going to go 100%. And I believe it with all my heart. This is going to be a game. I think this might come down to being a game of will, honestly, because these are two quality teams. But who really wants it more? And again, that sounds cliche, right? They're of course they want it. Who doesn't want to go to the Super Bowl? What do you mean by that, you ginger beard? You know what I mean. That energy is what I mean. Like the energy, the fire. You can feel it. And this is it, man. This also, like, I feel like we also got to rally the fan base a little bit. Like, I heard some stuff on the streets. Now, my experience last game against the Packers, everyone in the lower bowl was standing. I heard that if you were in the 300s, if you were in the 400s, a lot of people sitting, a lot of people quiet. A lot of people. No. We got Super Bowl on the line, ladies and gentlemen. This is why this team fought for the 1 seed, for us to be able to be there in person and impact this game. Man, when I tell you the 49er faithful have an opportunity to impact this game, I hope you believe it. I hope you feel, again, I guarantee you, Jordan Love felt us on that final interception. I guarantee you he felt us. That was a moment in the game where every single person was on their feet. Every single person was yelling. That was a moment where everyone was locked in. We need to be locked in from the jump. Everyone needs to be on their feet. Don't go to that game. Do not go to the NFC Championship game on Sunday against the Lions expecting to sit down and enjoy a nice game. No, this is war. This is battle. This is for all the marbles. 60 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, until we are at the pinnacle of every single thing we have. And when I say we, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the players, man. This is it for them. Everything that they have contributed is now right here in front of us. And we have an opportunity as fans to impact this game. We have a huge opportunity. So, how do we do that? We're loud. We chant. We stand. We scream. All of it. All of it. We need Jared Goff's ears to be ringing. And I know we can do it. I've experienced it at Levi's Stadium, 2019 NFC Championship game. I've experienced it. I've experienced my ears, I have experienced it being so loud at Levi's that the noise stops because all you can hear is ringing. I need that. I need that in this game from our faithful. That's what I need. I need our squad, the faithful, to show up and impact this game. And I want you to believe that we can impact this game. We can absolutely do that. We can absolutely shift the momentum of this game by every play that the 49ers defense is out there screaming. Like, we got to want this as bad as the players want it. And if we can do this together, if we can aid our defense, if they have to go into a silent count and Goff can't hear and they're doing their hand signals and they can't get their timing gets met. That's our role. That's our role. And we got to play it well. I'm being serious. I know you know. I know you know. Yeah, scream like me, the guy who's recording and doing everything in his power not to scream. Scream. Am I going to the game? Absolutely. I don't have tickets yet. I'm still scared to look at the tickets, but I have to go. There's no way I can't not go to this game. Like, I have to. I have to. I have to. I got to be there. Because I believe the 49ers are going to punch their ticket. I do. I think they're going all the way. And I want to be a part of that. I was a part of it in 2019. And it's one of my greatest memories as a 49er fan. I was able to take my son there, and we got to experience that. Going to the Super Bowl for the first time since the Harbaugh era. So, yep, RIP my wallet. I don't care. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. Might have to shift a couple things around. I saw someone earlier say they're trying to sign up for a credit card so they can go to this game. I was like, yeah, I feel that. I was like, I feel that right there. But hey, man, yeah, if you're on the fence, if you have the means and you're on the fence, I would say go. I would say go. Like, go. If you have the means, you can afford it, and you're just kind of like, oh, do I wanna go? Go. Like, you won't, just go. That's my advice to you. Don't miss out on this one. If you can go, if you can make it work, if you can budget it in, if you could take that hit, go. 100% go. Because this game's going to be crazy. It's going to, especially after last week, I think, too. Again, I think last week is just going to, like, I'm getting hyped thinking about it, man. I'm getting hyped thinking about it. Like, I'm ready to go. Put me in, coach. Line me up. I'm ready to hit someone. Like, I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one for sure, for sure. I feel, man, I'm confident. I think, the Detroit Lions are going to play us well, but I'm confident. We have an opportunity for you guys if you want to get in on a signed George Kittle jersey. You can go to my Instagram. We're running this contest. We're going to pick a winner tomorrow. Also, we might have another jersey giveaway tomorrow, so keep your eye on that. So we might have another jersey giveaway tomorrow. But if you go, this one we're going to announce tomorrow, and we might have another jersey giveaway. But this is a signed, authenticated George Kittle jersey, direct. The guy who's working with us, direct from the source. Like, he's literally the guy who's sitting there with all the jerseys. He's that guy. He's the guy who's literally setting these things up. So this is as legit as it can get. All you got to do, follow all the accounts on the post, and comment and tag your friends. You're entered. We're going to auto generate. And after that, we're good to go. So keep in mind, though, we might have another giveaway on the channel tomorrow. That's still in the works. But I think it will go through, but just in case. So you guys might have multiple opportunities to get a jersey here coming up. So just wanted to let you guys know about that one coming up. But yeah, it's Prediction Friday, baby. It's Prediction Friday. Let's look at our matchups, shall we? As we do every week, we're going to do offense and defensive predictions, players of the game. We're going to do score predictions. We're going to do bold takes. We're going to do it. Now, I'm very curious about you. We're not doing score predictions yet. Don't drop your score predictions yet. But I'm very, very curious to see the confidence levels in the squad after last week's performance, and see if we tighten up a little bit, because I know the chat was very confident last week. Lisa says, I almost slammed my computer, bang on my desk at work during Deebo's presser, saying he doesn't protect nothing. Almost broke through a brick wall. Yeah, that's the energy that he brought. That's the energy that he brought for sure. So absolutely love it. Let's take a look at our matchups, shall we? Let's take a look at our matchups. Let's go. So I think this is, typically I've been pretty big on the 49ers defense, or excuse me, 49ers offense, just like really carrying the team. But I really do think that the defense has an opportunity to really swing this game. We're looking at Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, two phenomenal running backs. You got Thunder and Lightning with those two. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, former draft crush of mine, legitimate number one wide receiver. He has an opportunity to create a bunch of matchup issues. To be honest, Deommodore Lenoir is the best cornerback that we have to match up on Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I'm very curious about this. If I could get in Kyle and John and Steve Wilkes' ear, I would definitely be talking to them about the idea of Deommodore Lenoir shadowing Amon-Ra St. Brown. And if that means we might need to see Isaiah Oliver out there because he needs to play nickel, I would damn near be willing to see it, because I do think Amon-Ra poses the biggest matchup problem. Because when I look at Charvarius Ward, he is phenomenal against your bigger body type wide receivers, your AJ Browns, your DK Metcalfs, guys that he can sit in that hip pocket. I think he can. I think he's really well against. He's going to match up really well. I think against guys like Jamison Williams and Josh Reynolds. I would be talking about Wilkes. What's your thoughts on taking Diamador Lenore this game and putting him on Amon-Ra, their number one wide receiver, and shadowing him? Wherever he goes, Demo goes. I would really be interested in that, because one of the things that Diamador is phenomenal at is his physicality, and his physicality and bump and run coverage. And if you can get Amon-Ra, keep him from having free releases, and you can affect the timing of the route. And if Amon-Ra's your first read and you got Demo jamming Amon-Ra at the line of scrimmage, that's going to force Goff to either come off Amon-Ra quick or just move along in his progression, and that could make him uncomfortable. So again, number one key element for me for this 49ers defense is to make Jared Goff uncomfortable. And I'm looking at that matchup between Diamador and Amon-Ra as one that I would actually like to see. And this isn't I do think that Charvarius Ward could guard him as well. Like, that's not like, oh, he's not going to be able to do it. Like, that's not at all the thought process. I just think from a physical traits perspective, they're very similar. And I just see the physicality that Demo brings, and they both have that quick twitch. Not that, like I said, Charvarius Ward doesn't. This isn't a shot at Charvarius. It's just when you're going up against body types, physical archetypes. That's kind of one of the things that I look at is matchups. How do you match up? And I would consider it. Doesn't mean Ward can't do it, but I would consider it. So that will be an interesting one. Can we neutralize Amon-Ra St. Brown? Can we bump him on the line of scrimmage? Can we jam him? Can we mess up the timing of the route? That's what I want. Honestly, that's what I want. I want almost, and that's a little difficult because the 49ers do typically play some soft coverages. They tend to keep everything in front of them, the bend but don't break mentality, which has worked for us. So it'll be interesting. I don't know if they will like scrap that and be like, all right, we're going straight press man to try to throw off timing and allow our pass rush. I don't know what the thought process is. But if we see more man, if we see more zones, it's going to be interesting to see. But I think one of the biggest guys that I think we have to also neutralize is going to be Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta is a guy that we have to neutralize. I think Laporta is a guy that we really, really need to lock in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a guy. I remember sitting in the stands at Lucas Oil a couple months ago. Not a couple, probably like 6-7 months ago. Aponte was there. Jordan Elliott was there. We're watching the tight ends do the workouts, and we're just watching Sam Laporta, and we're like, yeah, this dude's different. We're like, this dude's different. He's different than every other person on this field, just completely different. And that's what we saw this year. We saw, like, Sam Laporta has the potential to be a Hall of Fame tight end. Like, he's that good. Obviously, he's in his rookie season. What he's done in his rookie season is extremely special, but he has the opportunity to be a Hall of Fame tight end. So that's a guy that we definitely have to neutralize as well. So those two really, I mean, and it's a big task. It's a big task for sure. They have a lot of weapons. They have some good weapons. I mean, Jamison Williams, he's fast as F, boy. Like, he's fast. Jamison Williams might be a little bit underutilized, but he's fast. And Josh Reynolds is a phenomenal possession wide receiver. He really is. I've been a fan of Josh Reynolds for a while. And him and Jared Goff just have a natural connection, and they have a natural chemistry. So if we can't get pressure, it could be a long day in the office. So we'll see. But again, the biggest thing is going to be on that offensive line. Tony says, attack Frank Ragnow with everything we have. 5-man front, Kinlaw, Armstead, Hargrave, smash the middle. Tony knows. He knows we can win this game on the line of scrimmage. We can win this game by absolutely neutralizing this offensive line. And it's going to be one of the best offensive lines coming in to this that we've seen all year. You know, I think back to the Browns offensive line. Browns offensive line played us really well. And they had our number that game. So I do think that there is a big time opportunity right here for the 49ers defensive line to own the line of scrimmage and to be able to mess everything up. Mess everything up for this group up front. And it all starts with the injuries to Jonah Jackson. Jonah Jackson, their starting left guard, will be out this game. And that is absolutely a huge blow for them. Jonah Jackson, before he had left in the second quarter against the Bucks, gave up 0 pressures on 18 pass blocking snaps. The backup who had to replace him, Coyote Awosika, I believe is his. I probably not saying it right, but he allowed a team high 7 pressures on 28 pass blocking snaps. That's 25%. That means a quarter of the time, 1 out of every 4 pass blocking reps, he's giving up a pressure. And listen, he was going up against Vita Vea, and that is a tough task. And Vita Vea won 4 out of his 5 matchups, according to Next Gen Stats. But we have Hargrave, Armstead, Kinlaw, Givens, Sebastian Joseph Day. Attack the middle. That's really got to be it. We gotta break down the Lions offensive line from the inside out. Their bookends are good. They arguably have the best right tackle in the league right now with Penei Sewell. Taylor Decker's just a solid tackle. Frank Ragnow's arguably the best center in the league. We know he's dealing with a bunch of injuries, but he's fully cleared off the injury report. So the best way to get after this team and disrupt their offense is from the inside out. You got to blow up this backup. You got to confuse him. You got to throw the kitchen sink at him and see if he can survive. And if he does survive, okay, then we can pivot. But you got to throw stunts, double mug the A gap, bring Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw into those A gaps. If you got to run bare fronts or like, Tony's talking about the 5-man fronts, you got to find a way to get singled up on this backup guard, and you got to make him pay. Man, the pressure is going to be on for this guy. He's only played He's played less than 500 snaps in his entire career. 300 of those came this season. He's a third-year player. Not a lot of snaps. You got to go and take this guy down. Man, one weak link in an offensive line can derail the whole unit. So that is really how they got to go. They got to go, and they got to make this guy's life a living hell. Like I'm talking about, like literally, if you, I would even be down to see Hargrave head up on the guard. You bring Fred Warner into the A gap. You bring like Dre Greenlaw into the B gap. You drop Fred out. You slant both Dre and Hargrave to the outside. Loop Bosa around. I want to see Bosa going up against this backup. How do we get Bosa schemed up on this backup? Man, I'm pulling out all the stunts. I'm pulling out all the stunts to attack this offensive line. Attack that left guard spot, man. You have to. You have to. The quickest way to get pressure is from the interior, and they have a weakness in that offensive line. Go after them. Go after them. Attack. Attack. And if you can stop the run, make Jared Goff and this offense one-dimensional, and then you can get in and out of different types of pressure packages, it could be a long day. Now, I must preface this with the fact that we have talked about this type of scenario. How many times? How many times have we seen a hurt offensive line take care of the 49ers defensive line? I've seen it enough. So I almost like got to challenge our boys a little bit. Like, come on. Come on. This is a good offensive line. 4 of the 5 remain are quality. Very good. But we got to go to work. We got to go to work. We need this defensive line to step up. The defensive line needs to own the line of scrimmage. They need to create and generate pressures. It's on the D line, man. This is a D line game, because if they can impact this game, everything else, it's a trickle down effect. Everything else will suffer as a result. So got to see this defensive line eat, and that's going to transition us into who do you guys think the defensive player of the game is going to be in this game against the Lions? So I want to see from you guys in the chat. Let me know who your projected defensive player of the game is on Prediction Friday. Who's going to be the guy? I think it's fair to say that last week it was Dre Greenlaw. I think it's pretty fair to say Dre Greenlaw was your defensive player of the game. This game definitely fits Dre Greenlaw's play style. So I'm interested. Are we going defensive line? Is someone in the secondary going to step up? Who do you guys think is going to be the defensive player of the game? First one off the bat, we got Fred Warner. We got Charvarius Ward, Hargrave, Bosa and Fred, Chase Young with 2 sacks, and great setting the edge. Yeah, we could use Chase stepping up big time in this game. Warner, the big play man, Dre, Hargrave, Nick Bosa, Lenore Hargrave, Fred, Hargrave and Fred, Demo or Greenlaw, Armstead. This could be an Armstead game. It really could. It really could be someone who is lining up over the guards could have a day. We'll find out. Hargrave, Greenlaw, a beast. Hargrave, Warner, Defensive player of the game, Hargrave. Last time they faced the Lions, Dre had a pick 6. He did. I was watching some of those clips last night. I posted this on Instagram last night, and so I was kind of watching some of the old clips. Man, in 2021, we had D Ford rushing off the edge. D Ford had a sack in that game. Man, we had Emmanuel Mosley out there. We had Jason Verrett out there. It was Kentavious Street was a starter. Or at least heavy rotation. It was kind of wild to go back and look at that 2021 game. Demo with 2 picks. I want it to be Bosa, but I think Warner will have himself a game. Nick Bosa strip sack, forced fumble. Dre Greenlaw last week. I think it's Greenlaw and Hargrave. Between Armstead and Hargrave, Warner will be outstanding. I like that. The entire D line. Ooh, Ambry Thomas. I'm praying that Ambry has a bounce back game because damn. Could have left. You just could have left it at the first part. Eric and Fred, Nick Bosa strip sack, forced fumble. Let's see. Diamador. Ambry gets an INT. I believe there's 2 Thomases. We have no, 1 Thomas. I lied. Ooh, Gibson. Bosa, Greenlaw, and Fred gonna cook. Fred Warner needs 8 more tackles to have the franchise record for most tackle in the play. I did not know that. That's a good nugget. I did not know that. That's kind of crazy, actually. That's crazy. Get 52. All right, I think I'm caught up. All right, if I had to pick a defensive player of the game, I need a Hargrave game. I want to see Hargrave. I think of that game against the Jags where Hargrave was an absolute menace. That's what I want to see. I want to see Hargrave on the interior, bull rush, winning around the edge. And he does line up over the left guard typically. So I want to see this too. I think Hargrave will be that guy who's going to be over the left guard. And if you can scheme up one-on-ones with Hargrave, that's going to be a long day in the office for this guard. Because Hargrave's good against really good offensive linemen. He's good. I like Hargrave quite a bit. I think Hargrave has an opportunity to really impact this game because, as you guys know, you have to keep into account Jared Goff can't move. If he senses pressure, he is going down. He's not escaping. So he will just hit the turf. So if you can generate pressure on that interior and just drive these offensive linemen back into Goff's lap, he's either going to force turnovers, force sacks, or force mistakes. And that's ultimately what we want. We want to get this team out of rhythm. We can't let them get into rhythm. We have to affect their game plan. And I think the best way to do it is with interior pressure. So that's my hope for how they go after this one. So we'll see. But let's take a look. Let's switch gears to the defense and what that is going to look like for the offense and what they have to cook up against. So Aiden Hutchinson, obviously, is pretty quality defensive lineman. Has some similar traits to kind of Nick Bosa and kind of how they go out about their business and how they're built. So he's kind of he's a power rusher, but he does have a speed element to him. Can definitely bull rush you. So it's going to be a challenge to see how the 49ers scheme against this. Whether they try to get quick passing, running away from Aiden, or running straight at him. It's going to be fascinating to see what we get. Aleem McNeil, underrated interior defensive tackle. Benito Jones, Jack Campbell, Anzalone's just a quality player. CJ Gardner Johnson, Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch. Now, Kirby Joseph was a guy that I wanted the 49ers to draft the year he was coming out. He was a third-round draft pick. He was a guy that I wanted the 49ers to take. He's developed a little bit of a reputation for being a dirty player as of late. I don't pretend to watch the Detroit Lions defense, so I don't have enough sample size on him to say one way or the other, but I do know from scouting him out of Illinois what he was capable of. So him and CJ together is going to be an interesting one. But I'm looking for Deebo Samuel to fire on CJ. But this is going to be part of the battle, I think, for the 49ers. Is CJ is going to be talking. He's going to be yapping. That's his whole thing. His whole thing is to get under your skin, get you focused on him, opposed to focus on the task at hand. And he's an irritant. He's trying to irritate you. He's trying to get you off your game. He's going to talk about your mama. He's going to talk about your brother. He's going to talk about your sister. He's probably going to say some wild stuff. And it's going to be up to the 49ers to stay composed and attack. I can't let a guy like CJ throw you off your game. And so they know CJ. They played against CJ in the NFC Championship game last year. So there's a little bit of that going as well. So that's going to be one of the more fascinating matchups of this game is kind of CJ, Deebo. It's basically CJ versus the 49ers offense. Like there's a little bit of that. Like there's a little bit of that residual because he was one of those Eagles players. So it's going to be interesting to see how they manage it. But the guy that I'm really looking at Cam Sutton. I'm looking at is that going to be the guy who's matched up on Brandon Ayuk? Because if it is, that's where I want to go early and often. Obviously, we'll scheme up ways to get Deebo Samuel the football, but I want to attack with Brandon Ayuk. I really do. I want Brandon to stretch the field. I want deep in breaking routes. I want go balls. I want corner posts. I want Ayuk to go for 200. I know Debo's probably going to come out have a day as well, but I want to see the Purdy Ayuk connection clicking. I want to see these guys going crazy. And I do think Ayuk is going to be a big part of this game plan. But again, you can attack this defense with so many different weapons, and we know what the weapons are. And the fact that we should be able to see Deebo, Ayuk, and Jawan Jennings out on the field all together. Of course, George Kittle and everything else. I'm excited to see what type of play we get from this group and how they attack this defense. But I'm not worried about the game plan, to be honest with you. I'm not worried about it at all. I think Kyle is going to be able to settle down. Kyle's going to be able to, kind of lock back in and get back in rhythm and really go after this defense. They are susceptible in the passing game. So, I know we want to see a lot of CMC, but hey, man, I think we could see I think we could see them air it out a little bit. I think we could see them air it out. It's what I want. It's what I want to see. Uh let's see. So the Lions actually right about with the 49ers in I want regular season. 49ers in yards given up ranked second in the league. Lions are third. So they're right there behind. Let's see. What other defensive stats can we pull? I want to go defensive. But the Lions, it looks like in overall defense, ranked 23rd overall, whereas the 49ers rank third. So it's going to be interesting to see what this matchup looks like. Julio says the Bucks made the Lions look better than they really are, in my honest opinion, but loving the analysis, downplaying the Niners. Bang, bang, let's go. Oh, yeah, they're playing into our hands for sure. They're playing into our hands. So I think this is going to be a big day through the air. Obviously, CMC's him. CMC's going to do his work, but I think they're going to do. I mean, we saw Kyle. How many times did Brock throw it last week in the rain while not being able to grip the ball? They're going to sling the rock around. I think they're going to sling the rock around. I think they're going to continue to pass the ball. They're going to have, passes to the flat, extension of the run game. I think they're going to throw the ball around the yard. So I think there's some opportunities for the 49ers offense to get after them. So with all that being said, now is your time to let me know who you guys think the offensive player of the game is going to be against the Lions. Who's going to ball out? I have an idea of who I think you guys are going to pick, but I am interested to see overall who you do pick. So, who's going to be the offensive player of the game? Let me know in the chat and we will talk about it. All right. I'm seeing the answers coming in. Kittle, I like it. Kittle's been balling, man. Kittle's having a hell of a year. It's amazing what having a quarterback who gets you the ball does. Sorry for the shade, Jimmy. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Per dog. BA and Deebo, Kittle, CMC 3 touchdowns, Kittle watch, Brandon Ayuk is on fire. I want to see a big game from Kittle. Ayuk 2 touchdowns, CMC, Purdy, George, Brock, Jawan Jennings, CMC, Ayuk, Purdy and BA for sure. Purdy. Got to cook up those LBs. I agree. You definitely want to attack. You definitely want to attack. Kittle. Deebo, 3 touchdowns, going to stand on business. I hope so. Purdy is going to be MVP. He's going to light it up. That secondary of the Lions. Deebo, Christian. I truly think it's Kittle. I'm sure it will be CMC. Ooh, a lot of Kittles. I like the Kittle. I do think Kittle matches up really well against those linebackers. Jack Campbell, Anzalone, Derek Barnes. I think that's going to be a tough matchup. And if you're going to have to bring one of those safeties down, whether it's CJ Gardner-Johnson or Kirby Joseph, Kittle could absolutely be the guy that has a day. Ayuk, Purdy revenge game, Kittle versus Hutch this game. Kittle and BA. Glock, Purdy, BCB. Ooh, Conley. Look at that. Conley. I we'll accept a Jake Moody vote as offense. He scores points. Ayuk, Deebo, cookies for the win. Oh, new profile picture. Let's see. Bold take Sibo Truck CJ. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, Juice. Conley, a quiet 2 touch. If Conley gets 2 touchdowns, ain't nothing quiet about that. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, I would say the chat is definitely leaning Kittle. I see a lot of Kittle. I see a lot of Deebo. Chat's definitely leaning Kittle, Deebo. Of course, Purdy, CMC also getting a lot of votes as well. Ayuk getting votes as well. If I had to pick, I'm going Ayuk. I feel like Ayuk's going to get fed. I don't know. Just something about it. I feel it in my bones. Ayuk's going to have a day. So I think they all have a day. Let's keep that abundantly clear because once we get to our score predictions, there's a good chance we could see a CMC touchdown, an Ayuk touchdown, a Kittle touchdown, a Deebo touchdown. Like we could see it all. But I feel like Ayuk and Purdy. Man, I can only assume that their connection, their bond has continued to is going to go next level. Like the trust that Purdy had to fit that ball into BA to snag that thing in on that third down. I mean, that's the type that like those singular plays that like stand out as like I can trust this dude with my life. I'm throwing the ball to him, he's catching it. Like I just feel like they have such a legitimate chemistry in regards to timing, anticipation. Like Brandon Ayuk said at the podium today, they see the field the same way. So they will both go to the line of scrimmage, and based on what the defense is giving them, they both understand that the ball is going to Ayuk. And that's not something Ayuk has had. That's not something that Ayuk prior to Purdy has ever had within the scheme. So that's huge. I think Ayuk's gonna get fed. That's kind of where I'm at, but it could be anyone, to be honest. Like it really could. Pick your poison. I think it's going to be a pretty high scoring game. All right, we're gonna get to our score predictions here in a second, but quickly, let's get our bold takes of the game. Drop your bold takes. You guys know we like specifics. We like when you guys get down and dirty with it all. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know. What are your bold takes? Let me know, baby. Whew, I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for this game. I'm so excited for this game. My feed is nothing but 49ers, Detroit Lions content. Oh, I can't wait for this game, man. I cannot wait. You talk about those butterflies. They're flying. They're they're flying, man. I am hyped up for this one. All right, let's see some of these boldies. Let's see some of these boldies, and then we will go into our score predictions. Like I said, I'm very interested to see what your guys' score predictions are, especially after last week. Especially after last week. All right, let me catch up. Yes, I agree. If you're going to Levi Sunday, make that place loud as F. Definitely pass that on. Definitely pass that on. Bold take, offense scores over 40. Oh. Dude, could you imagine Trent Williams throwing a touchdown to Brock Purdy? That would be Trent's got an arm on him. He'd be slinging the rock. That's a wrinkle that no one would be expecting. Oh, Kaminsky, 4 sacks. Okay, I like bold. I like bold takes the other way. BA 11 receptions, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's exact. I'm feeling he's going to get peppered. That's I think me and Jesse are on the same wavelength. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Goff 3 picks, 5 sacks. I'm hoping for that type of game. I'm hoping we crumble that man. And I love Goff. Goff's my guy. As a Cal fan, Goff's my guy, but not this week. Not this week at all. Fred Warner with a pick, a sack, forced fumble. Fred INT, Greenlaw, forced fumble, 6 sacks. Armstead, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble for a touchdown. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, Jedi says, I'm standing on Detroit only gets 4 field goals. So they get 12 points in an NFC championship game. That would be rough. Catch to Jawan Jennings. The catch for Jawan Jennings for the win. Touchdown. Bold take. The mainstream pundits will actually say something positive about Purdy after this game. To be fair, I do not care. I don't care about national pundits. If any national pundit tries to give us any type of credit, like a Ryan Clark, you stay over there. Stay over there. We are Gucci. We are Gucci. We don't want to hear from you. We don't. We really don't. Ambry Thomas is the unsung hero. Ooh, McKivitz with 0 pressures. I like that one. Bold take. McCaffrey gonna have a game like he did versus the Rams. Okay. Deebo 69 rushing yards. Nice. 2 rushing touchdowns. 100% chill. Woo! Stonks. 2 INTs. Gibson. CMC, is that 5 touchdowns? Fred Warner pick 6. Moody 4 field goals, 1 from 50 plus. Sack City for the D line. Armstead and Hargrave 2 sacks each. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Niners get 6 sacks. McCaffrey going to run 1, catch 1, throw 1. Okay. Ray. Ooh, I mean, if there's any game to have special teams step up, I would say it's about now. Would love to see that. Would love to see all that. All right. Let's get through. All right. I want to see your score predictions. Enough bold takes. I want to see your score predictions. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to see how confident you guys are. How confident are you in this game against the Lions? I want to see score predictions. That's always what this tells us. This always tells us whether you're on the fence or you're supremely confident. And remember, predominantly in the chat, we had blowouts. We had like 2-3 score predictions in the chat. So I'm curious to see if that has wavered or if you're like, nah, we are doubling down. We're doubling down. I want to see 31-17, 27-20 the score, only because I believe Moody will need 2 field goal makes to get him ready for the Super Bowl clutch moment. Okay. Just win. There we go. Needed that. Came through in the clutch when we needed it most. 34-14, 28-20. Ooh, disrespectful Kyle shows up. I think that's a hat tip to Javi. I think that's a hat tip to Hobby. I think he had the disrespectful Kyle shirts. That's a throwback. I think that's a shout out to Hobby right there. Real ones know 49-30, 31-20, 31-17 Niners, halftime 21-10, 34-21, 41-16, 34-17, 42-13. All right, I think I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the trends here. I think we're 1-2 scores. I think you're getting it from both sides. You're getting some 2-score games. You're getting some 1-score games. But I would say I still see confidence in the chat. I see a lot of confidence. I see a lot of 30s. I see a lot of 30 burgers. 42. Ooh, leave no doubt. 27-10, 20-21 Niners with the last winning drive by Purdy. 49-21. So I see confidence. I still see a confident group, which I would expect. I do think this is a good matchup for the 49ers. Like we've talked about, the Detroit Lions are a good team. They have good pieces. There's a lot around them, and they can play well, but I do think they are susceptible. Ooh, close game, 31-27, 38-17. Campbell takes too many risks, and they don't convert 2 4th downs. Well, the 49ers got a huge stop on 4th down last week as well. 42-14, 34-21, 34-17. I kind of like that one. 34-9, 34-24, 49-21. All right, you guys are pretty confident. If I had to guess and throw my score prediction out there, I'm going 34-21. I think we're going to win by a touchdown and a field goal. But but I do think the 49ers will be able to get ahead early and kind of hopefully cruise out. Kind of like in that fourth quarter, they're just running clock. Just running clock. Just run the clock. Run it out. Get out of here. Get to the Super Bowl. Oh, that's crazy to say out loud. That just gave me chills, and I don't know why. But that just gave me chills to say just run it out and get to the Super Bowl. Woo! Guys, 4 quarters. 4 quarters, and we're playing in the Super Bowl. If we take care of business, 60 minutes, and we're to the Super Bowl. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. It is. It's crazy to think that we're that close. It's crazy to think we're that close. Oh, so much going on. So much to happen. Man, we are so close. I can't believe it. NFC Championship game coming up. 49ers versus the Lions. Who would have thought? Who would have thought we would be facing Jared Goff and the Lions in the NFC Championship game? That's crazy, but it's where we're at. It's where we're at. All right, so you know what time it is? It's redemption time. It's redemption time because we were gonna cash. We were gonna cash, but we had an injury pop up. I believe Deebo was gonna score a touchdown, but of course he had to leave early. We would have hit on Kraft. We would have hit on CMC. Jesse says, wow, feels like yesterday we were left cheated and absolutely heartbroken. Well, here we are a year later, ready to avenge that heartbreak. I don't see how we cannot play our best game. SDS 100%. 100%. I'll never forget leaving that stadium. I was in Philly. I'll never forget. That was just the worst feeling ever. Worst feeling ever. Anyone else having trouble sleeping? I will have trouble sleeping tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. I will have very, very difficult time sleeping tomorrow. So yes. Tonight I'll be fine. Tomorrow I'm gonna be a nervous wreck. That's 100% sure of that. So it's gonna be a wild one though. Gonna be a wild one. I'm looking forward to it. But all right. We got to do what we got to do. And we got a sale coming up here for Christian McCaffrey. There's actually 2 sales going on that I'm going to play both of them. But you have a Lamar Jackson pick sale and Christian McCaffrey pick sale. So the over-under rush yards for CMC is at 69.5. You know CMC is going to go over that. So that's one I'm going to be playing we talked about Brandon Ayuk earlier, so I'm gonna play Ayuk. And I think I might go reception yards. Oh, nah. Ooh, anytime touchdown, reception yards. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go reception yards. Because like I said, I think he's gonna get the ball a lot. 76.5, a little high. But like I said, I think he's gonna be a main emphasis. So I'm going over Brandon Ayuk, 76.5 receiving yards. And if I gotta pick someone on the Detroit Lions, I'm going to go Sam Laporta over 47.5 reception yards. That's what I'm going with. So if I go with the Christian McCaffrey, discount, I go Ayuk over 76.5 and I go Laporta over 47.5. I drop 10. I can win 52. So that is what I'm going with. I'm going to go with that. So if you guys want to get in on some of the sleeper action, you guys already know the vibes. You guys can get in. And if you haven't played yet, you also have the opportunity to get up to 500 deposit matching with your first sign up using the code SF Niners right here. Boom. So if you guys want to play sleeper, you guys want to get in on this action, remember, we got the NFC Championship game and then the Super Bowl and then we aren't having fun until next year. So our last couple chances to have some fun with it. So if you want to get in on the action, if you haven't played before, sign up using the code SF Niners, and whatever you deposit the first time, they will match up to $500. Oh, what is this? What is that? What are you talking about? Are you talking about Jair Brown? I'm good for some Instagram conspiracies. What are we talking about? Oh, yeah, I wish they had the protected play as well. Check his story. Thank God for every moment, every obstacle, all the success, all the failures that led me here, right where I want to be. We back in the action. Interesting. Maybe. Right where I want to be. We back in the action. Could be. Ooh. Oh, man. Hey, I like this. I think we're all here. It's time to go. It's time to go to the bowl. We ain't messing around. It's time to go to the bowl. I actually need to like book all my stuff. And you know what? I need to book all my stuff for the Super Bowl. I'm booking it as if the 49ers are going to be there. So, man, that's going to be a wild week. So, yeah, I agree. I think we're going. I got to book. I got to book before it gets even more expensive. But Vegas is going to be a vibe for sure. Vegas for sure going to be a vibe. So, can't wait to get out there. Yeah, I know. I need to get on those. That's why I need to book now. I need to book ahead of time so I don't get screwed. So, yep. Well, that's it for tonight. Appreciate all you guys tapping in for the NFC Championship Prediction Friday show. Let's go. You already know the vibes. Grab your cookies on the way out. Smash that like button. Appreciate all you guys as always. As you guys know, I probably won't be live tomorrow. Next time I'll see you. Oh, SF Diners is gonna be heavy in Vegas. The SF Diners content. Oh yeah, I'm already planning it out. SF Diners content gonna be heavy. So get prepared. But I appreciate all you guys. Hey, we're 4 quarters, baby. 4 quarters, and then we're there. All right, I'm out of here for now. See you guys later. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see you.